Well, I'm Todd DeGarmo. I run the Folklife Center at Crandall Public Library. That's the central library up in Glens Falls, New York. And we serve a four-county region. When we were looking for a community partner, what popped to mind for me was Cambridge and Hubbard Hall. It doesn't have a strong French-Canadian community, frankly, but it has maybe an older route to the Quebec folks. A lot of the fur traders actually came down this far on the Hudson, and this is the Battenkill Valley, and a lot of beaver were on the Battenkill. So there were some really early Quebec settlers here before they got kicked out by the Dutch. So I thought, oh, this is close enough, you know. But I think the better part of it was that Hubbard Hall's been around since the 70s, and they're just such a magnet for all kinds of creative activity. And when I heard we could have the bread oven as part of this project, I mean, that's what jumped out at me. My wife bakes, you know, I love to eat bread. But I thought, oh, Hubbard Hall could handle this. You're kind of in the edge of the Taconics and then the beginning of the Green Mountains. You know, we're only about 15 minutes west of the Vermont border.
I was just one of the groups that came along right after the country's bicentennial with a heightened interest in historic preservation. So it worked for us. It's been incredible fun ever since. We started off primarily as a music hall and traditional music because a couple of us happened to know some traditional musicians. And then 10 years ago, we started a professional theater company. We have visual arts workshops. We just this past summer started a professional opera company. And then whatever seems to be of interest at the moment. Right now, there's a sustainability forum that is very popular. They're contra dancers, and community events.
We're all just standing there. Yep, it's one heck of a hole. Great big hole dug in the middle of the town park.
Yeah, it's four feet long and 6 feet long.
Okay.
So it's rectangular.
All right.
We're here today because we work in partnership with different organizations, and we have 3 craftsmen will make some demonstration here today, and one other one making a bread oven today. The bread oven is something very typical of Quebec. All along of the St. Lawrence River, people had bread oven, and there were often a big bread oven in a village, a community bread oven, communautaire bread oven, and people would go one after the other to cook their bread in that oven if they didn't have one personal. So that was the life of the village was really around that big bread oven. So I think you're doing it here too with constructing that bread oven. Well, people perhaps will come with the recipe of bread and they'll come and cook it in your oven.
This one here, and both of them comme ça. Comprends?
Right.
C'est juste this have to be perfectly level. That's the first step. So the first one are the green one. $95, your eye is good. Yeah. Okay, so we have 2 choices now. No, that's not one. put the sand right now
All right.
because it's more difficult when it's
Higher.
Heat inside, not from going down, it drops the heat so the heat goes down.
Use cold water with ice in extremely hot weather.
Trying to get my friend to bring her granddaughters down.
Il aurait fallu que j'amène les contours.
Ah oui?
C'est l'affaire pour...
oui.
Okay. I already prepared les arches, comment on dit ça?
Arches.
The arches like this.
You want to hold? Yep.
Before I will explain how I arrived to that to these grandeurs size. This is a traditional size oven for a family. You put the door like we did yesterday, and then after you see how big your space is. Now, the wall of the oven will be 6 inches thick. So I let like 1.5 inch space, then 6 inches for the wall. I do the same the other side. So between these two lines, you have 35 inches space in the oven. Same thing at the back. 58 by 35 inches inside. Now I cut piece of nice pine. You see the nœud, comment ça?
Just straight pine with no nuts.
With no nuts, clear pine, because you have to bend it a lot. So if there is a nut, it will break. With this, I draw a nice curved line from my 6 plus 1, 7.5 inches, just like that. The same, the other side, and then the back. Prends-le de ton côté, Richard. L'intérieur, comment on dit ça?
Inside. The interior.
So you see, this will be the interior of the oven. For, like I said, for an oven without chimney, you have to calculate the highest point, because the combustion without chimney is really difficult. So with the calc. In fact, it's the height of the door divisé, divided by 0.63. It will give you the height inside. You have to, the peak, the highest point inside the oven. With that, I made like 25 oven. They are really good. I didn't find it myself. I read it in a book. I tried it, and it's perfect. With that door, 14.5 inches height. If I divide it by 0.63, it gives you 22.5 inches. So I take a piece of plywood, 35 by 22.5. I take my piece of pine, and then I do like half of round like this. With this, I have the first part of my oven. The second, or the first one, will be the door. The door is easy. You take your door, you just transfer le dessin, the design of the shape of the door. The highest point in the oven must be not in the half of your space, the 58, just 6 inches back of the middle. So if we take it, we should attach. The clay must dry from inside too. So if there is a wall, the clay will not dry. So let's begin by the back. Doucement. Yeah, like somewhere there, yeah. OK. On va partir en avant. Oups. Yeah, almost every house in the 18th, 19th century had this bread oven in the courtyard. But I made mine at home, for my friend and other friends, and that's it. I was able to already give some course how to make a bread oven. So it began like that. Well, I'm a woodworker. My specialty is furniture from 17th century to 18th century. I make like five bread oven a year, but my business is woodworking. Okay.
The idea of having a community bread oven was just perfect. And we'll take turns firing and baking and have enough people familiar enough with the oven and how it works to fire it up and organize a baking. Spread the wealth.
My name is Richard Roy. I'm from Laval, Quebec. I'm here on a very special reason. I want to learn how to make these stoves, these ovens, bread ovens, because I do voluntary work in Haiti, and I'd like to share that with the people down there because they don't have bread oven, and the one that I've seen don't work properly. So I've seen this one, and this sounds interesting. So I have no knowledge of how it's done. And Jean told me that he was making one here, and I says, well, can I join in and to do this kind of work? And I wanted to do all the process because I don't read a book. I have to do hands-on thing. That's how I learn. And happily for me, because that's what I like to do.
Bread makers amongst us have the advantage here. Strong kneading arms. Oh. Okay. Gotta get more clay for that one. So does this look good? I can't tell. Do I have too much?
Well, pull it apart.
You
Pull
have
it
to
apart and see if you got any
See what
dry
you
spots.
think.
If you got dry spots, see where you're dry in the middle there?
Oh, right in here? So what do I
Yeah.
need to do? Well,
You need to put, here, just put some more.
pour more glop in there?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Mix it in here.
All right.
But
Okay.
this is all pretty good.
Okay. So that section's pretty good then.
You gotta put it back together.
And I need to put a little more glop in here.
More work, less talk. More work, less talk. There you go. Put that all together.
All right.
My name's Chris, and I live halfway between Lake George and Saratoga in upstate New York. I came because I saw it on a poster in one of the health food stores. And I just thought it'd be a very interesting project. A lot of fun, and it's turned out to be a lot of fun.
I think I have a lot in mind.
There are two ready here too, Robbie. Those two back ones are ready.
Yeah, on it. Yeah. Thank you. You can put it all there. My first one in the US, I made like 25 in the province of Quebec, but it's my first in here in Cambridge, my first in the United States. The first of many, many, many. Okay, there.
Work up there.
Yeah. We'll fix this after.
This is a dream come true because this is the community that I'm very involved in. Hubbard Hall, and it's going to be this incredible asset to our community.
After we finish the oven, we have to let it dry. So we take like 8 days to let it dry with the wind, and the 8 days we put some small fire in it 3 days in a row, like 1 hour fire, 1 hour each day. Then the 4th day we can put the big fire until there is cold. Then I can push it back with more new wood, and like for 2 hours I have to put some more wood to eat the clay. After this, we have to take everything out from the oven after 2 hours, and then we can cook it. Me, I wish mine at home will broke someday because I want to make another one. So, but it's still in good shape. But yeah. Fast, huh? No, that's good. Oh no, this one. Here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. So every oven that I made, when it's finished, we almost finish, I sign it with that key. I thought it was a good idea instead of my name to put something in relation with me. I'm the only one to have one like this. So I always put it here in the middle at the back. That's it. Jean Laberge signature. Worldwide famous.
She did it in a snap.
Yep, that's a good sign.
I remember just being appalled because they let this break down, you know, and I was like, hey, that's not fair.
I think it's terrible service.
Yeah, but you didn't know. Wait a minute. Here, let her know. Yeah. Yeah. So here's a nice picture. Somebody said we got that. Because of the shape of the...
There's cool air rushing in at this level.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And there's very hot air
Right.
rushing out at this level. And so when you're feeding the fire, you have to lean way down.
Okay.
And I understand now why bakers wear hats to cover their hair. Once the arches were out, you basically just light the match and it just draws beautifully. And so we've done, except for last Tuesday, we've done a fire every day. So this is the 8th fire, and we've been making them a little bigger each day.
And the difference between those and welding gloves would be to
Welding gloves have
asbestos.
not necessarily asbestos, but a wool lining over.
Wool line leather?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well maybe we could the next thing will be a glove maker.
That's what, no, we'll sit around knitting wool gloves and then line them up.
We're ready to bake.
problem with too much sun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see it, Liz.
There it is. Wow.
Beautiful. Now it has to cool.
Now it has to cool.
Pretty big. So we could try.
Try doing one raw.
Let's try doing one raw. Yeah.
Raw, I don't know if that's the right term, but.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is so good, Liz.
It's not too hot. Like